Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive into the world of AI. Today we're going to be looking at four really fascinating stories. We'll be talking about how those benchmarks we use to test AI are kind of starting to show their age. Then we'll jump into Salesforce and their big bet on AI agents. After that, we'll see how AI is actually being used to help us with our careers. And then we'll wrap up with what the UNWTO is doing with AI to make travel more sustainable.
Sounds like a lot to cover, but it really shows how AI is making its way into every industry imaginable.
Okay, so first up, AI testing. Seems like AI is getting so good that it's actually starting to break the tests we use to measure it.
Yeah, it's almost funny, like the AI is acing its exams, but there's no harder classes left for it to take. We're talking about models getting near perfect scores on benchmarks like HellisWag and MMLU. These are supposed to test things like common sense reasoning and general knowledge.
So it's like they've graduated high school, but the SATs are just too easy now. What happens next?
Well, it's becoming a real issue for researchers because if the tests aren't challenging enough, we can't really get an accurate picture of how different AI models compare to each other. Some companies like Meta OpenAI and Microsoft are even creating their own internal tests, but those are kept secret.
So it's like everyone is grading their own homework.
Exactly. And that makes it hard to know which AI technologies are truly the most advanced.
And how does that affect businesses and regular people who are trying to use AI?
Well, it creates a lack of transparency. If we can't compare different AIs in a fair and open way, it becomes difficult to make informed decisions about which technologies to invest in, or even to understand the potential risks and benefits of AI for society as a whole.
That makes sense. But it sounds like there are some efforts to create better, more public tests, right?
Oh, absolutely. One promising example is SWE Bench Verified. It uses real coding problems from GitHub to evaluate AI agent capabilities.
So instead of just answering multiple choice questions, it's actually having to solve real-world problems.
Precisely. It's like giving the AI a job interview instead of just a written test. This approach helps us to better understand how well an AI can reason and plan, and whether it can apply its knowledge to solve practical challenges.
That's definitely a step in the right direction. But how do we make sure that the AI isn't cheating? Like just looking up the answers from its training data.
That's the million-dollar question. One of the key challenges in AI testing is ensuring that the AI is actually reasoning and not just regurgitating information it's seen before. It's like trying to figure out if a student actually understands the material or if they've just memorized the textbook.
Right. So are there any specific techniques that researchers are using to combat this?
Well, there are several approaches. One is to use completely novel problems that the AI has never encountered before. Another is to focus on tasks that require more than just pattern matching, like math STEM problems or coding challenges that require creative problem-solving skills.
Interesting. It seems like the future of AI testing is going to be all about finding ways to really challenge these systems and pushing them to their limits.
You got it. As AI continues to advance, we need to constantly develop new and innovative ways to evaluate its capabilities and make sure that we're building AI that is both powerful and trustworthy.
Okay, so we've got AI testing getting a major makeover. Now let's talk about Salesforce. They're going all in on AI agents and hiring over 1,000 people to sell their new product Agentforce.
That's a massive investment, and it really shows how much faith they have in the potential of AI agents to revolutionize the way we work.
I mean, it is a pretty bold move,
Yeah.
especially considering that Salesforce has been cutting costs in other areas recently.
It seems like they're betting big on AI agents as the future of their business.
Yeah, and their stock performance has been pretty impressive lately, too. So maybe they're onto something.
It'll be interesting to see how Agentforce performs in the market, especially since Salesforce isn't the only company developing AI agent solutions.
Oh, yeah. Who else is in the game?
Well, companies like ServiceNow and Microsoft are also investing heavily in AI agents. It's becoming a pretty competitive landscape.
So it's like an AI arms race.
In a way, yes. Everyone is trying to develop the most advanced and sophisticated AI agents, and it's leading to some really rapid innovation in the field.
Exciting times. Now, before we move on, I have to mention something that Salesforce's CEO, Mark Benioff, said. He actually took a little jab at Microsoft's Copilot, calling it disappointing.
Ah, yes. A little bit of friendly competition never hurts.
It definitely adds some spice to the industry. So we've got AI model testing getting a revamp and Salesforce making big moves in the AI agent market. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about how AI can actually help us with our careers.
This is one of my favorite areas of AI research because it challenges the common misconception that AI is all about taking jobs away from humans.
Right. A lot of people are worried about that.
Absolutely. But the reality is that AI can also be a powerful tool for empowering workers. and helping them to develop the skills they need to thrive in the future job market.
So how is that actually happening?
Well, companies like Johnson & Johnson and DHL are using AI for what's called skills inference.
Skills inference.
Yeah, it's basically using AI to analyze the skills and capabilities of their workforce, and then using that information to identify skill gaps and create personalized learning and development plans for their employees.
So it's like an AI-powered career coach for everyone in the company.
Exactly. For example, Johnson & Johnson developed a taxonomy of 41 future-ready skills, and then they trained an AI to identify those skills within their existing workforce.
Interesting. So the AI can look at someone's resume, their work experience, their performance reviews, and then figure out what skills they have and what skills they might need to develop for the future.
Exactly. And it can even recommend specific training courses or learning resources that are tailored to each individual's needs.
That's pretty amazing. It's like having a personalized AI tutor for your career.
It is, and the benefits are pretty significant. For employees, it can help them to stay ahead of the curve in their careers. And for companies, it can help to create a more agile and adaptable workforce.
Now let's talk about another really cool example. Bank of America is using AI for simulated training, where employees can practice difficult conversations in a virtual environment.
Oh, that's a fascinating application.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. Let's face it, those tough conversations can be really stressful, and it's hard to know how to handle them effectively.
Absolutely. And that's where the AI comes in. It can provide personalized feedback and coaching to help employees develop the confidence and skills they need to navigate these challenging situations.
So the AI is like a virtual role-playing partner.
Exactly. It's like having a dress rehearsal before the big performance.
I love that analogy. So it seems like AI is becoming a powerful tool for personal and professional development.
It definitely is. And it's really exciting to see how companies are using it to create more engaging and effective learning experiences for their employees.
Okay, so we've seen how AI can help us to identify and develop the skills we need for the future. Now let's move on to our final story for today. The UNWTO is launching an AI challenge at the World Travel Market in London, and it's all about using AI to make travel more sustainable.
That's great to hear. The tourism industry has a huge impact on the environment, and AI can play a major role in helping to mitigate that impact.
So what are some of the specific ways that AI can be used to make travel more sustainable?
Well, there are a lot of possibilities. For example, AI can be used to optimize transportation routes, reduce energy consumption in hotels and resorts, and even help to manage tourist crowds to reduce overcrowding and environmental damage.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
But it's not just about the technology itself, right? It's also about making sure that AI is used responsibly and ethically.
absolutely. The UNWTO is emphasizing the importance of ethical considerations in AI development and deployment. They want to make sure that AI is used to benefit everyone and that it doesn't create any unintended consequences.
So it sounds like they're taking a very holistic approach, considering not just the technological advancements, but also the potential social and environmental impacts.
Precisely. They're looking at AI as a tool for creating a more sustainable and equitable future for tourism.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI is being used to revamp testing methods, how Salesforce is betting big on AI agents, how AI can help us with our careers, and how the UNWTO is using AI to make travel more sustainable. It's been a pretty wild ride.
It has. And it really highlights the incredible diversity of AI applications, from the highly technical to the deeply personal.
And we're only just scratching the surface. Who knows what the future holds for AI?
The possibilities are truly endless.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive for today. We'll be back next time with more exciting AI news and insights.
Until then, keep exploring and stay curious.